Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Wandering Works for Us. We are Shelley and Beth, a married couple living in Portugal and traveling the world. These are our stories. Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Wandering Works for Us. I'm Shelley.
And I'm Beth.
And today we're going to talk about the best year ever for us, 2023.
I'm not sure 2024 can top it.
I'm not sure it can, but I can't wait to see. So you guys know we had a huge year this year. We did so much. We sold everything, moved across the Atlantic Ocean to Serra del Rei, Portugal, and began brand new lives.
We did. It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that for the first few months, we were just kind of trying to figure out what we were doing, where we were.
What kind of, which one was the butter with salt?
Yes, the easy things,
Everything. Every day we had to learn, 50 things. And that's probably not an exaggeration at first. And people told us, we read on some of the Facebook groups that we should only go out and try to do one thing per day after we got here.
That is not us.
And it's not us at all. But after we would go out and do 2 or 3 things, I would understand why their advice was that.
Yes. And also, we would get a little excited and we would want to go out and travel too. We wanted to see more of Portugal. We wanted to see Europe because that's why we moved here in the first place.
Yes.
And instead of settling down and really getting into what we were doing here, we
also traveled quite a bit this year.
We traveled a lot.
Yeah.
We visited 4 other countries.
We went to Scotland, Florence, Paris, and Zagreb, Croatia. We also went down to the Algarve, which is the southern coast of Portugal, for those of you that don't know.
And that's kind of like a beach trip.
Yeah.
That you would take back home. We're going to the beach for a week. That's kind of what that felt like while we were down there, was a beach trip.
It did. And we also had visitors. We had Carrie come and see us. Hi, Carrie. We had Sheila come and visit.
Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Sheila. And my son Eli came twice. He came in August, and then he came again in December for Christmas, and he's just left.
And already in the new year, we have 2 guests arriving for the new year.
Yes, we do.
Maybe 3 if Katie decides to come see us in June. So we are already packed with things to do in the new year.
We are.
But let's talk about this past year.
Okay.
So, of course, our highlights were Scotland, Florence, Paris, but I think our favorite place that we went this year was Zagreb.
I think it was.
I
mean, we loved the other places.
Oh, absolutely.
And we loved seeing our friends that we visited in those places, but Zagreb was just special.
It was. It was just such an easy trip. And I think Edinburgh would have been a much easier trip for us if we weren't still on the wings of being jet lagged and trying to get accustomed to our new country. And it was just a short trip. We were only there for 3 days.
Right. And as you said, we were still tired.
We were exhausted.
It really took us, I don't know.
At least 4 months.
4 or
maybe
5 months.
Just to kind of find a rhythm anyway.
Yes, and not be tired.
But the highlight of Scotland was meeting Knock-and-Allen.
Yes, it was.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. And we are going to do more traveling with Knock-and-Allen. Hi, Knock-and-Allen.
Hi, Knock-and-Allen.
Because they are big fun.
They are. And they are great tour guides also. They'll be down here in Portugal in January. We're going to try to hook up with them, but we got dog sitter issues right now. Our dog sitter is booked. Hey, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Find some room for us. Anyway.
She got so popular.
She got so great because we were like, hey, try Lucy. We should have kept her to herself.
Yes.
But we didn't.
We also met some of just the best people here in our town and close to us that have made our move so much easier and acclimating so much easier. and that's Jeff and Meg. Our Scottish friends we've talked about, Joe Ellen, Tim, Natalie and Caesar. They've been great.
Oh, they've been wonderful.
And I would like to say all the Joaos.
All of them, because there's many.
Joao is John in English.
Yeah, so there's Joao the landlord.
Whom we love.
There's Joao that owns the wine restaurant.
Yes.
There's Joao that is the bartender, manager type person for the cafe across the street.
Yeah, now part owner.
There's Joao that hooked us up with our language lessons.
Yes.
Is there any other Joaos that we know of?
I don't think so.
So when people, just check with Joao, we're like, which one?
Which one? Yeah. Yeah. But we met some of the best people, and there are others too who may not want to be mentioned on the podcast, but we have really enjoyed getting to know people and having a social group of friends.
And I think it's been really important to us to have a community here, because we had such a community back in the United States, and it's much easier to move. I mean, anybody will tell you that. It's much easier to move when you can find your people. And I do believe we found our people.
We did. We were so incredibly lucky.
We were. We are. We are so lucky.
Yeah.
To be where we are anyway.
To land where we landed and to meet people, and it just all fell together beautifully.
Very much so. In addition to doing all the traveling that we did, we found some great places in Portugal.
We have. And we'll talk about it later, but one of the things we want to do is find even more this next year.
Absolutely.
Your favorite place, or one of your favorite places, was down in the Algarve.
Oh, the Benagil Caves.
Yes.
I was like, in the Algarve?
Are you sure? Where?
Yes, the Benagil Caves. Those were beautiful. That was an amazing trip. And not an easy one to take on a boat 2 hours out in the ocean just to get a peek of the cave itself and then the hole at the top and everything. I mean, that is something I think everybody needs to do if they come down to the Algarve, is to see the Benagil Caves.
Yes.
I would like to hike more around that area, preferably not in the dead of summer.
Yes.
Because everybody was there.
There are trails where you can kind of hike along the top of the cliff all along there. And you can actually, if you find the right spot, look down into the Benagil Cave.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Through
and
the hole that's atop. So,
yes.
So we want to go back and do that. And you can hear more about our Algarve trip when we covered it in another podcast.
Yes, our podcast on the Algarve. And we just learned recently, because Eli is down in the Algarve right now, and they went to the Benagil Caves yesterday, and he said it was still kind of crowded down there.
Yeah.
So, very popular place.
It is.
But there's a reason for it.
I think Portugal in general is more crowded in December than it used to be.
Yeah, it's become a very popular place.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorites is something that we just did when my son was here, and that was go to Sintra. The town of Sintra.
Sintra is beautiful.
Specifically, we saw some really great things there that we'll have to talk about at some point, but the Quinta de Regaleira.
That would
Regaleira.
Regaleira, because the EI, it sounds like an A.
Oh, there we go.
I think. So I would go with Regaleira.
So it was just this incredible, not only house, mansion, that this person built, but the grounds were so amazing.
That was the best part. I mean, the house was cool, and it was nice to look at, and it's very brief tour on the inside, but the grounds and the wells, that's what you want to go see.
Yeah. Tell them about the well.
Oh, the well is so cute. Well, I was reading the other day, and apparently there's 2 of them.
Oh.
But we didn't know this when we were there.
We saw
and we
one.
only just saw one that pointed us to a certain direction. But apparently it is an initiation well for the Masons, because this guy was really interested in the Freemasons.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of represents a going down into the womb and then a rebirth kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what they have the tourists do is climb to the top of the well, and then you kind of enter this little entrance that looks like a cave, and then there are steps that just wind around it. And even if you just Google the Sintra well, you're going to have pictures of it, but you can also see them eventually on the podcast the blog when I get it up, because I haven't written that blog post yet. But it is an amazing opportunity just to go down. You just circle and circle and circle and keep going further and further down. And when you get to the bottom, there are these caves. And you kind of have to figure out which one to take to get out. It's not frightening for those of you that are a little claustrophobic, I don't think.
It's well lit.
Yeah, it's well lit.
We should say that
dead ends are short.
we should say that the caves there and the walkways in the caves and stuff, they are all man-made. The person who built the house built all of this.
This eccentric millionaire spent a ton of money on this place. And yeah, it's all well lit. It's relatively safe as far as, staircases go. There was a little bit of water on the one in the well, but not much at all. There's no handrails, so you got to be careful on that. But yeah, it was just, that was really cool.
Just the wooded area, cool. And there's all of these different areas. Like there was this big court area that we couldn't figure out what it was, and then we finally got to the sign, and it was a tennis court. And then there was a place where they put on plays, and there was there was just all this entertainment that he built in, and it all looks like it could have come out of the medieval time. Yeah,
or even some of it Roman with the mosaics that he had put in too. Yeah. But you'd be walking along, and there'd be a little pathway off to the right, and you'd go up through there, and they'd have steps, and it'd lead into a little cave, and then back to another little place, and you'd end up higher or lower than you were before. It would take days to explore that, but highly recommend. Ever go to Sintra, do that.
Do that, yes.
Yeah, Pina Palace was nice too, but do that. Do that one before Pina Palace.
So let's see. Let's talk about the favorite beach that we have discovered here.
I believe our favorite is Foz do Arelho. Foz do Arelho. I hope I'm pronouncing that somewhat correctly. There are a lot of beaches that have Foz at the beginning of their names, and it basically means an entrance to the ocean. So there's going to be a river, and in our case at Foz do Arelho, there's a lagoon, the Obidos Lagoon. And we love this beach because it's laid back. It's got plenty of restaurants, although we found one that we really like, and we go to that one every single time. It is right on the beach.
You sit with your feet in the sand while you eat.
Oh, it's great. Great beer, great drinks, great food. Amazing food there. And then we can park and go eat and then come back and get our beach chairs, and we can either walk to the beach or we can walk to the lagoon. And the lagoon's going to be more shallow and probably warmer to swim in. And we have yet to do that because we always just go straight to the beach.
Yeah, because we love the waves.
But this summer, when Eli came, we tried to go to this place.
It was August.
And it was in the middle of August, which is the one time in Portugal where everybody is here. I believe all the countries in Europe empty out and come south.
Seems like it.
I don't know where they're going, where they're coming from, but they're all over the place. But Foz was just packed during August. We couldn't find a parking place. We circled several times, and we're not ones that are going to walk a mile to get to the beach. So
and not only that, but we don't love crowds.
We do not love crowds, and we knew we were going to wait an hour in the dead sun at our favorite restaurant. We were like, no, we'll just wait. Yeah. So we went back in September, and it was perfect.
It was.
Everybody was gone.
Everybody was gone. Yeah, but that is a really great beach. We also like the beach a lot that is in Praia del Rey, which is just down the road from us.
Just down the road. It's right in the middle of the resort, and that was the most quiet beach. And even in August, we were able to get there, get a parking space, and get down to the beach easily.
And we can let dogs off leash there.
Off season.
And there are beautiful cliffs. Yeah, it's nice. It's a great place too.
We got great beaches where we're 10 minutes from several different beaches.
Yes, we are.
Now, we haven't sat on Bali all yet because, well, that's just surfer heaven and it is crowded always.
But we've gone and
Hung
walked
out.
on it
Yeah.
and hung out a lot. We just haven't been in our suits and sat down in our chairs for 3 hours or whatever.
Best beach, Foz do Arelho. Best tour this year? Did we take any tours? Oh, we took King Mary's Close tour.
Yes.
Or Mary Let
Mary
me try that again.
King's Close.
Mary King's Close tour this year.
In Edinburgh, which was great.
It was great. I was trying to think if we took a lot of guided tours. The Benagil Caves, of course, was a guided tour because it had to be.
The
On the
bird
boat.
watching,
The bird watching tour.
which was
went
in the
to.
Ria Formosa in the Algarve. All of those were fabulous, but I think our favorite was the tour that we took in Italy.
In Florence.
Out of
in
Florence.
Tuscany. We drank the wine.
It was a wine tour, which probably shocks no one who is listening. And it was us, our two friends that we were visiting, and then it turned out they were Americans as well. So there were 6 of us in a van. We went to 2 different wineries. And it was just a lot of fun.
It was. I really enjoyed that, mainly because there was wine involved, I think. But
No, I think the scenery and it was just so nice to get outside of
the
Florence and see some of
scenery,
Tuscany.
the guide was great. The people that were serving us wine were great. It was just fun. We had a good fun time.
Yeah. Anything else to talk about for this year?
I am just incredibly grateful for this past year. I didn't know we could do so much in one year. And we have done anything that came up. We didn't say no to
We pretty much
anything, I
jumped
don't
on board.
think.
We
Yes.
did. Well, and just the move here and actually starting a life in Portugal. And grateful doesn't quite cover it.
Yeah. And anytime somebody came to town and said, hey, can we see you? We jumped on that. We drove to Porto to see Lori.
We did.
We just went to Nazaré to see Philomena and Rick.
Uh-huh.
So, if you pop into town, let us know. We're going to come find you. If we can.
That's right. Or pop into Portugal, she
Pop
means.
into Portugal. But
Yeah,
yes.
wherever you are, we'll try to, or Spain even. Well, it's all accessible. So
It
we
is.
will try to meet you.
Speaking of Spain, next year, that's on our list of places we want to go.
It is. We haven't been yet. We've been in airports.
Yeah, we were in the Madrid
Flying
airport,
through.
but that doesn't count.
No. And I've been just over the border when I was in the Algarve years ago. But other than that, we haven't really explored the cities yet. I can't wait to go to Barcelona. I can't wait to go to Madrid. There's just so many places to see.
So those 2 are on our list to see next year. And then we really want to explore a great deal more of Portugal. We want to go to Évora and Albufeira and do some wine tastings here.
Go back
And
to Aveiro.
Go back, to Aveiro.
Oh, Aveiro.
Aveiro. And, that was such a beautiful city. I loved that place.
Yeah.
And we were there looking for a place to live last year, so we were more geared toward could we live here rather than, let's do some touristy things. Because that is the Venice of Portugal.
That's right. There are
So there
canals.
must be a gondola ride somewhere.
Oh, there are. They have them. And it's a beautiful place, and it's actually got a beautiful beach if you're there during warm season. So we've got a lot to do, and I want to get into the little small villages in the mountains. We haven't really explored the middle of Portugal yet and gone into the mountains much.
Yeah, Coimbra is the closest we've gotten to the middle, and that's not really that close to the middle, I don't
So
think.
we are going to do that, and I would like to go back to the Douro
Oh, yes.
Valley,
Douro, woohoo! Because I love a wine tour.
which is where a lot of the wine, it is a major wine region in Portugal, and we went there when we were here a year and a half ago, I guess.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We want to do that
This year's
again.
gone by so fast.
Ooh, there's an olive oil tasting that we're going to do. We just found out about.
Yes.
So there's a lot to do in 2024.
There is.
And we do have Karina. Hi, Karina.
Hi, Karina.
Is going to be in Spain studying for a semester. We're going to go see her. Our niece,
Katie Bell.
hi, Katie, is going to be, traveling in Spain and Portugal and maybe other places after she graduates. And we're going to see her. And
Julie's coming to town in March.
Julie's coming in March.
So we'll be in Porto for a few days. So we'll get to see more of Porto.
Yes, we will.
Porto's such a bigger city than I anticipated. And there's more to see than we've seen.
Much more.
Yes. Oh, wow. Man, 2024 is looking busy. So if you're coming to see us, you need to let us know so we can put you in our calendar.
Yes, indeed. The biggest difference will be is that we're not moving and starting here.
That's true.
So even if we are as busy as we were seeing people and going places and traveling, that kind of thing, it won't be as exhausting.
Yes, and we'll know more Portuguese and know more what we're getting into. I think that will actually help a lot because now I can read menus fairly well and signs and put sentences together.
So let us know if you're coming to Portugal.
Yeah, you better let us know soon. we're kind of filling up quick. But I believe that's it for this episode. This was a quick one, but this has been an amazing year.
It has been an amazing year. And I have no doubt that 2024 is going to be just as amazing.
We're going to make it amazing.
Of course we will.
Yes. All right. Well, as usual, hit like, subscribe, check out our YouTube channel, tell your friends about us. And if you have any questions or suggestions or things you think we should go see in Portugal to check out, let us know. Actually, a friend of mine just sent a list the other day and asked me if I'd been to any of those historic cities that somebody had done a story on. And I was like, no, but I'll put them on the list.
In Portugal?
In Portugal.
Oh, I need to put those on the list.
So absolutely, let us know what you'd like to learn about, and we'll do our best to get back to you.
Yeah.
So until then, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Or Feliz Año Novo.
There we go.
Feliz Año Novo. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. If you would like to reach out to us or ask questions, you can find us on our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. You can also follow us at our website, www.forus.com. That's www.forus.com. Hope to hear from you soon. Obrigada!